this one time I was on the reception center, and I worked PM food service, okay, which means I like to sleep until like 9:30. Like I would sit up for 7:30 count, and then I would go back to sleep. And I had this bunkie. She was RNO, so RNO means reception orientation. So she hasn't been permed out to any compound yet. So she's waiting to go somewhere, okay, or maybe get permed out at the reception center. We don't know. Anyways, this poor girl. So it's like 5 in the morning, and I hear running. So, and I'm on the bottom bunk. So I like wake up and I put my glasses on, and I look, and she's freaking out, my top bunkie. And she's like, oh my God, they're after me, they're after me. And I'm like, who's after you? And I'm like alert now, like what's going on, you know? And she's like, the cops are after me. So I like look around. I'm like, I think you're good. I think you got away. Okay. She's like, are you sure? I'm like, yes. Okay. So she gets in her bed and she goes to sleep, and I go to sleep, and everything's fine. Okay. The next day, around the same time, 5 a.m. Okay. I wake up to, okay, so the bunks at the reception center, there's like a metal locker that's attached for the top and bottom bunk. It's attached to the bed. So I'm on the bottom bunk. So when she opens her locker for the for the top, it's underneath me, okay, on the left side. So she's like rattling her locker, and it like wakes me up, and I'm like, what's going on? And she's like freaking out, and she's screaming, and she's like, there's bees in my locker. I need help. And I was like, okay, bunkie, like we'll take care of it. So I like look, I'm like, oh yeah, let's close this up. Let's not let them get out. Okay, there's no bees. I'm like, let's close it up. We'll take care of it in the morning when, you know, the next sergeant comes on. We'll have them bring the exterminators. We'll take care of it. Okay. And I like close her locker, and she's like, oh, thank you. And I'm like, yes. So she gets in her bed and she goes to sleep. I go to sleep. And then the next day, like that day, I go to the sergeant, and I'm like, hey, I need you to do a psych eval. My bunkie, God bless her, but she is like schizophrenic or something. Like she is seeing things that are not there. And I'm like worried for her, you know? He was like, okay, I'll file a thing and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, okay, appreciate you. Well, like the next day, she gets shipped to Homestead. And I'm like, no, like she's not gonna get any help. Like I'm like worried now about her, you know? Because she just wasn't well. And then like right after that is when COVID breaks out. And we hear that they're not doing any more shipments, and that Homestead is super sick with COVID. And I'm like, great, my poor bunkie, you know what I mean? Like, but yeah, I've dealt with like the craziest bunkies. And I think that it's given me like really good, like I can handle it really well. Basically you just don't want to like ever go against what they're saying because it's going to just give them more anxiety. So I just play along. Like, yeah, there's bees, but we're going to get rid of them. Okay. Now go to bed.